I'm really pleased right now to be joined by freshman football sensation Jerry Tillery. He's an 18-year-old student out of Evangel Christian Academy in Shreveport, Louisiana. Are you still 18?
I'm still 18.
He's still 18. It's amazing when you take a look at him. It really is amazing. He is arguably one of the top offensive lineman recruits this year, but he doesn't play offensive lineman anymore. He finished high school early. He arrived in South Bend in the dead of winter. And he's also a really smart guy, other than he came here in the dead of winter.
Right.
You're being from Louisiana, what was that like for you?
Yeah, it was pretty tough coming in. You know, about 100-degree difference in what I was used to at home and coming in here during the winter. It was quite the adjustment. Had to get new winter coats. I'd never worn long johns before. I just preparing for the winter.
The Bills, the Bears, the Packers. I mean, down the road, you're going to have to play in cold weather.
Right,
so you might as well get used to it
right,
now.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to get used to. After about 2 or 3 weeks, you just prepared. Just went on.
I'm sure you heard it that a number of the offensive coaches actually say they cried when they found out that Coach Kelly was switching you to defense. You won most of your accolades in high school on the offensive line, but I mean, I went back and checked when you got here. You also dominated on the defensive line.
Right.
So when they came to you and said they wanted you to play D-line, what was your reaction?
Well, I mean, it's really something I wanted to do. I figured I did well in high school on the defensive side of the ball. I figured it would, transfer over to college, and it has. I've been really successful so far. The little bit that I've played, I've met a lot of my goals, and it's just the skills translate. Like, I played offensive line, so I understand what to expect from a defensive lineman, and I can implement that to be successful.
I've always had tremendous respect for offensive linemen because it's such a cerebral position. You have to do so many reads, and you have to control your aggression. You basically have to let people hit you and not hit back. But it's always seemed to me defensive line's more fun because basically the ball snapped, and you get to go hit people, throw them out of the way, and tackle people.
Something like that. But yeah, you definitely have your reads on defense. There's still still reading and understanding what the offensive lineman's doing in order to counter their moves with your own moves and counter their counter moves. So it's still a game of chess out there. So I've liked it. It's fun.
Now, your position coach, Keith Gilmore, says you are a one-mistake guy. You don't get rattled. What do you think he means by that?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I can take coaching that thing. I think if I mess something up, coach will tell me. Coach will tell me, you mess this up, and I know that they tell you how to do it right, and that's what you got to do is understand the correction and take correction. I feel like you have to be able to take correction as a football player in order to be great. So that's what I've tried to do.
We always talk about the chemistry and the culture of offensive lines,
right?
But there's also one on the defensive line.
Oh yeah,
Isaac
sure.
Rochelle says you fit in right from the beginning perfectly with the defensive line culture. Tell me how that went.
Yeah, I think that the dudes on the defensive line are a lot like me, so that really helped. And I mean, coming in early, I got to understand, get into the culture and see how they do things, and definitely try to copy that. So we're together all the time, so of course you have to pretty much like each other. So it's been fun. Yeah, the defensive line culture, I love it. Those are the dudes I'm with all the time, so it's a good time.
I do Coach Kelly's TV and radio shows, and I know he doesn't throw praise out there easily. He has praised you so much since you arrived here. So you don't pay attention to that stuff? You don't watch his press conferences and stuff? Okay.
Of course not. No, I'm not watching Coach's press conferences. Come on.
Well, they're on, Watch Indeed. We
right. I understand. You do some
but see,
great
people
work,
wonder.
Jack.
You don't pay any attention later.
No, you can't. You can't. If you're gonna be good, I have too much going on to be sitting down watching press conferences.
So to hear that the head coach has singled you out as really being impressive, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it means the world to me. That's my goal is to come in, impress these coaches so I can get on the field, play football like I love to do. So that's what I came here trying to do, and I think I've done well.
So as we wrap this up, what are your expectations for the fall?
I want to win a national championship, Jack.
That's why you come here, right?
Absolutely.
Jerry, it's our first sit down.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
He is one smart young man. Thanks so much for joining us.